Moving right along. Today he was at the Limerick Nuclear Generating Station in Pottstown, PA. Limerick. As in Ireland or as in, there once was a lady from Boston who, oh, never mind. He's at the Limerick Nuclear Generating Station in Pottstown, PA. And, you know, this is one of those occasions that I'm sure he just doesn't like. His handlers told him to get out there and talk about energy and the environment and stuff, you know, because Al Gore's new documentary film movie is coming out. Big mistake. When it comes to science, Bush only speaks moron. That's all he speaks, moron. You know, switchgrass and drive your battery. Like in this clip, where he explains that one day in the future we'll have these wondrous hybrid vehicles. Of course, they've been around for about 5 years now, Chucklenuts. But one day in the future we'll have these wondrous hybrid vehicles, and we'll be able to drive a plug-in battery.
America has always been on the leading edge of technology and research and development. Here's an area where we've got to stay on the leading edge of change. Another way to help reduce our use of gasoline is through hybrid vehicles. They're coming. They're coming on the market. And the federal government is very much involved in this research. We're spending your money again on research to help find breakthroughs for battery technologies that will enable you to drive a plug-in hybrid battery.
And someday you might drive an actual car. What a dumbass! What a monumentally... This guy is the Mount Everest of dumbasses. Are you going to watch Al Gore's movie? No, I don't think so. Do you think you could understand it, sir? We're on the leading edge of change. Hybrid vehicles. Hybrid vehicles. You don't pronounce the H, Chucklenuts. Trust me on this. It's vehicles. Hybrid vehicles. They're coming. They're coming on the market. They're coming. Oh, my God. Now, Raisin Brain at that point apparently glanced at his script and realized he left out a paragraph about flex fuel vehicles. So he tries to wing it. I love this part.
One thing I forgot to tell you is that there are 5 million flex fuel vehicles on the road today. Flex fuel means you can either have gasoline or ethanol or a combination of the two. You probably got one, you don't even know it.
Oh.
The technology, the barrier to change is not the automobile. It is the ability to make the fuel in quantities, economic quantities, so we can get them to you at the pump.
You probably got one now, you don't even know it. Is it possible that I'm driving a car that can run on cooling oil or weeds or ethanol or something and I don't even know it? Is that possible? Is that possible, Chucklenuts? Anyway, Too Stupid to Ride a Bicycle tries to talk about clean coal now and natural gas, which, you know, you can send long distance on a ship and stuff.
We're spending over $2 billion in a 10-year period to be able to say to the American people that we're using the money wisely to determine whether or not we can have zero-emission coal-fired power plants. It's in our interest. Natural gas is an important commodity.
So are peanuts.
You can liquefy natural gas, you can put it in a ship, and you can send it long distances and still have an economic product.
What?
And there are places in this world where there's a lot of natural gas. A lot.
I'm thinking one right now. Oh, my God. What is he saying? Natural gas is an important commodity. Ladders help you go from the ground up to places. You know, there are things called trucks, and you put stuff in them, and then you ship them. Right? I know you want to hear more and more and more of this, but we only have one more coming back after the break. This is Air America. Oh, my God!
There's a lot of gas reserves around the world. Gas can only be transported by ship, though, when you liquefy it, when you put it in solid form.
God. All right, last one. When you liquefy it, when you put it in solid form and stuff. Limerick Nuclear Generating Station in Pottstown, PA. That's where they sent Bush to talk about all the sustainable energy and safety and environmental good stuff because of Al Gore and his damn movie. So finally tonight, Bush has a plan to capture the sun and feed it to your house to turn your home into a power generating plant. You know, this almost makes Rumsfeld's statement a couple of years ago about bombing the moon seems sane by comparison. And by the way, when we first heard this today, Kathy and I, we both looked at each other and went, you know, one of those moments. See, Molly has a new book by a kid's book writer named Eric Kagel. The title is Papa, Get the Moon for Me. And it's, you know, what you think it is. Little kid, you know, with her daddy looking at the moon. And the title is Papa, Get the Moon for Me. So when we heard this cut today, it's like maybe Bush has been cribbing from this book for his energy policy, you think? Anyway, here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Chucklenuts.
You know, the dream in solar energy is to develop technology so that someday your house is like a little generating plant. And if you don't use the power, you feed it back into the grid.
Oh, that's so cute.
It's possible.
Oh,
so we're spending $150 million to combine government money with private research money in solar technologies to see if we can't help foster technologies that will be able to capture the sun, feed it into your house, generate enough electricity, and if you got a little excess, feed it back into the grid. I think that's a pretty interesting idea.
Yeah, it is an interesting idea, Chucklenuts, but it's not one that you or your crew of thugs, murders, killers, and asses are ever going to effect. Come on, why don't you cut the crap? There's only 31% of the American public who cares whether or not you even get up in the morning anymore. Is that directed toward them? You can capture the sun, feed it in your house, and generating enough electricity. If you got a little excess, you feed it back in the grid. Hey, what's a grid? Arrest him. So there you have it. Tonight's Chucklenuts moment.